Welcome to Mumbai, home to India's Hindi film industry, better known as Bollywood, and some of the world's biggest filmmakers, directors, producers, and screenwriters, such as Karan Johar, affectionately known as Kejo or Cage.
Every time I get invited by anyone from an Ivy League institution, I get very excited and I feel like, oh my God, I've really arrived in life. Because when I hear people went to Wharton or Harvard or Yale, I'm like, great, that's Yale, that's amazing. And anyone internationally I meet and I say I make Hindi movies and they're like, oh, Bollywood. And suddenly that's like squashed everything. I've tried very hard to tell them that we make really good movies. We're not Bollywood. We're not a poor spin-off of Hollywood. We actually stand tall as one of the leading filmmaking nations of the world. We actually are the only actual film industry that has never needed any kind of Hollywood money from the outside. We've been self-sufficient. We have a great domestic film economy and we stand tall, and we're the only one where studios had to come begging to us. We didn't go to them. They came to India. All of them, be it Fox, Disney, Warner, they all came to India.
You get the gist. In India, Cage is a big star. He is even bigger than Steven Spielberg and Christopher Nolan put together. Apart from directing movies, he's a big-time producer, hosts award shows, judges reality shows, hosts his own talk show titled Coffee with Karan, and occasionally dances. But the beginnings of this very suitable boy, as he likes to call them, are unsuitable. Cage was born on May 25, 1972, and grew up in Malabar Hills, Mumbai. He had a small room with a sofa and a desk in 92 Acropolis, Little Gibbs Road, Malabar Hills, Mumbai. His dad, Yash Johar, was a movie producer and the founder of Dharma Productions, a film distribution and production company. Later in his career, though, he did not do as well as he had expected to. One may think that Cage got into filmmaking because of his dad, but that is not at all the case. He got into filmmaking because of his friend and cousin, Adi Chopra, who is also now a movie producer. At the age of 17, Adi and Cage grew very close since Adi was writing his first movie, Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, a landmark movie in Bollywood. As Adi finished his writing, he requested Karan to be an assistant director for DDLJ, which he eventually agreed to. During the shooting of DDLJ, Shah Rukh Khan, also known as the King of Bollywood, grew really fond of Cage and told him, "You're a very good writer, and you'll be a very good director. And if you make your first film, I'll act in it." This was it. This was what got Cage to start making movies. After this, there was no stopping him from conquering not just the industry, but the hearts of millions across the globe. He also described legendary Bollywood directors Raj Kapoor and Yash Chopra as his biggest directorial influences. Firstly, Cage has an absolutely intriguing penchant for deep space composition. Let's take a look at his directorial debut and romantic blockbuster movie from 1998, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. The first half is centered around a love triangle between three college kids, Rahul, played by Shah Rukh, Anjali, played by Kajol, and Tina, played by Rani. In the supremely iconic scene where Anjali is going away after a heartbreak because Rahul loved Tina and not her, deep space composition has been meticulously used to show how, even though Rahul loves Tina, he can't help but think about his best friend, Anjali, at the time who was helping him woo Tina. Cage's artistic intent here, obviously, is to make the audience distinguish between what Rahul is focusing on right now versus what's blurry or what's in the background and what's in his mind. The camera then shifts focus to Tina and zooms in on her face as she realizes that she has become a huge hindrance between Anjali and Rahul, and therefore she must go away. Similarly, let's take this 2001 family drama called Kabhi Khushi Kabhie Gham, which is about a rich business tycoon and father, Yash Rai Chand, ousting his adopted son Rahul after Rahul marries the girl Anjali against his wishes, since she comes from a low-income background. This scene in particular, where Yash comes to know about the marriage and Rahul is trying to pacify him and asks him if there is really no space left for him in this home. Cage has used deep space composition rather conscientiously to blur out Yash in the foreground and have Rahul in focus in the midground and have Anjali blurred out far in the background as well. The intent, clearly, is to draw attention to the relationship and situation between Anjali and Yash and portray Rahul as being left out in the middle, not knowing how to make Yash accept and welcome Anjali to the family. Another recurring formal characteristics in his movies seems to be the tracking in towards characters when they realize that something that they were not even thinking about at that moment. Take Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum for example. This scene where Rahul has just returned from Anjali, the girl he loves, friend's wedding, and his father asks him if he loves her. But as soon as Rahul realizes that the her refers to Naina, the girl whom his father is about to fix his alliance with, the camera tracks in towards Rahul. By doing so, Cage wants to show that at this point, Rahul is introspecting and is coming to terms with what he has just heard. It shifts the entire focus towards him. Likewise, in the scene from Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, the movie we just talked about a few seconds ago, when Rahul bows down in front of Anjali to express his love, it takes a second or two for Anjali to realize what is happening and what Rahul is trying to say, during which time the camera tracks in on the two. Again, Cage is trying to portray a sense of realization, a sense of coming to terms with something in his characters. Well, we may have been talking only about 1998 and its 2001 movies for the most part, but even between then and now, there are certain characteristics which remain like a common thread throughout his movies, a thread of reverence and a thread of binding. That thread is a thread of love. Most movies he makes somehow always manage to bring love to the table and love to the equation. Be it Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, which focuses on infidelity, or Student of the Year, which focuses on a high school girl, her boyfriend, and his nemesis. Or Bombay Talkies, which brings the topic of homosexuality to the forefront.
Old Hindi film music.
मैं भी what music यार लग जा गले my all time favorite.
Or Eid Al Mushkil, which evokes the memory of unrequited love in all of us.
लव टेढ़ा है, लेकिन उस टेढ़े लव में भी सुकून पाना सिर्फ कुछ लोगों का आता है.
प्यार में जुनून है, पर दोस्ती में सुकून है. मैं कभी नहीं चाहती कि हम दोनों के बीच जो ये सुकून है चला जाए.
In fact, love carries a very different meaning to Karan, who happens to be a homosexual. Homosexuality has long remained a taboo idea in India, but in the past decade or two, India has made strides, and the topic has now come to living room conversations, though it is still not completely legal. All thanks to the movies Karan produces. If Karan produced a movie, you know there's going to be at least one scene in it which directly or indirectly focuses on homosexuality. Most notable movies, however, have been Dostana and Kapoor and Sons. Another very interesting theme throughout his movies has been his proclivity for benches, as rightfully pointed out by Anupama Chopra. Be it his first movie, or his second, or his fifth, the benches have always been there.
Years ago when I was in therapy, when you go back to your childhood, it came up in my conversation with the therapist is about my obsession about sitting on my own. As a child, I used to do that a lot. Like when kids were playing, I would not want to play with them because I was an only child. And for some reason, I got used to being on my own and liked it. And I was also had full of complexes because of my weight and other stuff. So I would sit alone and like that. So there was always in school, there was a playground and there was this bench that, I remember very clearly. It was like a red bench and I used to sit on it. The reason that I used to like to sit on my own, and that bench is a part of my, now I'm analyzing it over too much, but she explained. And then I told her, I said, I have a bench as a motive in almost every film of mine.
Of course, Karan is just a part of Bollywood. Bollywood and India are huge. We make extremely commercial movies and art house movies. And of course, there's the famous singing and dancing sequences. Trust me, I'm really happy that La La Land did so well. But at the end of the day, a movie is a movie and is meant to be enjoyed. Here's hoping that you enjoyed Karan's story, will watch more of his films, and will watch more Indian films.